I have many questions as such, but just few I will like to tackle with you. Uh, See, whenever I work in any company through some third-party payroll, like Magna or even tech system or many more, there are many payroll companies. So generally what happens, I get some package, let's say 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs, and the client might be paying very huge amount to them. I don't know how much.
Mm-hmm.
So then what happens is client puts a lot of pressure because they pay heavy amount, and then candidate is not able to meet their expectations, so they take negative decision. But then
Mm-hmm.
in case this client pay the same amount which I'm getting directly,
Mm-hmm.
then they will give less pressure, isn't it?
Correct.
Because just for example, 20 lakh is a package of some candidate,
Mm-hmm.
and a client like Dell or very hi-fi client like Visa or Morgan Stanley, they might be paying 1 crore or 40
Correct.
lakhs or whatever.
Correct.
And they might be paying that much to the payroll company like
Correct.
Magna or Tech System or whatever.
Any other
And then
consulting
Magna
firms.
or Tech System will take some profit of that and give 20 lakhs to that guy. So
Correct.
that guy will perform with the 20 lakhs of money, that much output he'll provide.
Mm.
But he might be so he might not be so talented to provide 1 crore of output, no.
Correct.
So ultimately within 3 months or 2 months or 1 month, the client says, no man, I don't want this guy. So
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't work out properly to many companies or many candidates who are working on payroll, third
Correct.
party payroll. So what they think is, we shouldn't work on payroll of third party, we should work directly with
Mm-hmm.
the client.
Mm-hmm.
So but they don't hire
Okay.
directly, they hire through third party only. So it is again a chicken and egg problem, and people are getting frustrated with that. So
Mm-hmm.
what can be suggested to such people, and what is the general margin? I
Mm-hmm.
think margin is generally 8%, 10%, but some companies say we charge 50% margin. So
So it's depends. All right. So I'll tell you like for this answers for these questions. One is there are two questions in your thing.
yes,
One is like a salary and why companies will terminate a contractor after 3 or 4 months.
yes.
Okay. So companies will terminate a contract employee after 3 or 4 months. It's not because like we are paying high.
Okay,
Okay, the reason the companies will hire the contractors is like there would be like only less work would be left over for that project. That would be one reason.
okay,
Okay, so the projection might be that this project might should be finished after 3 or 4 months from now. So let's hire a contractor, and once that the work is done, we'll leave the contractor.
okay,
Okay, that is point number one. And point number two is regarding your salaries thing. Basically, like companies will not provide any budget for this one. So whatever the profiles we get from Naukri or any of the job portals, say like we got a profile for 12 lakhs, expected
okay,
CTCS 12 lakhs. We project
okay,
this profile to the companies that our cost is like 20 LPA.
okay.
Okay. So it depends upon the recruiter how he sells the profile to the companies.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So me generally I'll keep a margin.
Okay,
So a recruiter with a less experience might be keeping less margin, hoping that client might be hiring the candidate.
okay, okay,
But
okay.
need of the hour is for the companies is like they want hook or crook, they want a candidate.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like if a recruiter keep 50,000 margin or 1 lakh margin, generally if they want a candidate, they'll hire the candidate.
What candidates generally think in such scenario is, instead of going through payroll company, let's try our own company, like their own one-person company or
Mm,
whatever.
mm,
And they will try to ignore the third party payroll completely, so that
mm,
they will get good money. Let's say 20 lakhs example which you gave for 12
mm,
lakhs expected CTC,
mm,
then candidate will get 20 lakhs instead of 12 lakhs, isn't it?
mm.
So why don't a client try that instead of going through third party? So
Correct. MNCs, what they'll do is they'll have these limitations for every grade. say like 5 to 8 years. This
Okay.
belongs to senior software engineer. So for this senior software engineers, we can go up to 15 LPA.
Yes.
Okay. So if they get a candidate beyond that one, like say some candidate is expecting 17 LPA or 20 LPA, they'll
Okay.
have the challenges there. They'll not get an approvals for those
Hmm.
candidates. Only with the special approvals they might get they can hire this candidate. But again, like 90 out of 100 times, directors will not give an approvals. That's the reason they'll go for an contract hiring. And once the project gets over, again, like they'll either terminate the candidate, or else they'll negotiate with the candidate for some less CTC. Say like if some candidate is getting like 20 LP as a contract employee, they'll
Hmm.
negotiate with him, like they'll check with him like whether they can come for 16 LP or 15 LPA, which is there into that in their salary brackets, and they'll try to hire that candidate.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Mm.
Yeah, and another question is about this notice period. In direct employment, companies have very high notice period, like 3 months, 6 months, 4 months.
Mhm.
So even in my case, it happened. I had got a very good offer from Bahrain
Mhm.
International, and it was great amount and all that.
Mhm.
But they wanted me to join immediately. So my client, and my company where I was working, they were having 3 months of notice period. So
Mhm.
immediately is impossible. So then I lost that offer anyway. So
Mhm.
is there a way to get around on this? No, otherwise people will never go abroad, and then they will
Mhm.
always get
E-
less payment in India, and it will be a problem. So.
Correct. And by any chance, you guys have any buyout option, and did you inform to your recruiter?
Buyout option, yeah, that companies, some companies have, of course, but
Mhm.
the company in which I was working, there was no such option because
Okay.
it was a client base. Otherwise, that company will lose the amount because they will be getting in dollars
Mhm.
from their client, and they will lose that money because guy is running out, absconding, and also.
Mhm. So generally, what happens? A recruiter who is having about 5 6 years experience, they'll not go for this 3 months notice candidates, because what is happening in the market, if we release an offer to the candidate, again he's negotiating with other companies, and he was getting that counter offers. The only one possibility is like if a company is ready to pay abnormal hike, say like
Mm.
if someone is getting like 15 LPA and companies are ready to pay like 25 LPA or 27 LPA, so in that scenarios, like these 3 months candidates will get an offer.
Okay.
Okay. Or else, like if a candidate is expecting, generally what happens, a candidate will expect 10%, 20% hike initially till
Okay.
his first offer. So once he
Yes.
get his first offer, he'll upload his
Yes.
profile on Naukri, and he keep on attending the interviews. And when he was supposed to join, he say like no, I couldn't join, and if you pay me this much amount, I'll join. So this is like
Yes.
real challenge what we are facing from all, like these days. And frankly speaking, that's the reason, like I have done one video, only immediate joinees.
Yes. Yes. I saw that. Yeah.
So uh, I have about 10 years experience, and out of
Nice.
I would have rolled out an offer for almost like 100 employees initially.
Okay.
Initially, when I
Hmm.
was working with Cognizant, out of
Okay.
100 employees while working with Cognizant, do you know, like only like 50 to 60% used to turn up,
Oh, okay.
which is like a branded company, and the rest of the 40, if 50 members joins also, it used to be great, but again, like people will not join for
Hmm.
if it is like 90 days notice. While attending the interviews, they say like I can join,
Yeah. Yeah.
pay me like whatever you
Yeah.
like, I'm ready to ready
Yes.
for the
Yes.
current CTC, because I'm facing this challenge in my current company and all these things. How can
Great.
we tackle your problem, like 3 months 90 days notice? But again, like if you have a references, uh,
Hmm.
you can try with the references. Say like if you have a project manager who can give that reference, for sure, like the companies will hire.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Or else if a recruiter have a huge budget, then probably again there's an other possibility.
Okay.
Say
Yeah.
if they are ready to pay 35 40, then
Okay.
for sure they'll roll out an offer and they'll wait for 90 days.
Yes,
It's
yes.
not about the budget, less commitment from the candidates.
Okay.
Candidates are not committed enough to join after 90 days. That's the only reason, like, recruiters will force the candidates to come and join as early as possible. I'll be uploading this video on YouTube.
Okay.
You're okay with that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Huh? All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.